Hey everybody, time for another Mark's Comic Haul, y'all. I haven't been making too many videos lately because there's just nothing to show. I mean, with no new books coming in the comic stores, well, there's been a few new books, but I mean, nothing really substantial. There just hasn't really been a lot to talk about in the world of comics and whatnot. I was going to make a video last week, oops, sorry about that. Move my phone there. I was going to make a video last week or the week before. The week before, I picked up this reprint of the DC superheroes, Secret Origins of Superheroes. What is this, number 17? First appearance of Huntress. I like these DC reprints. They're cool. But, it's not really the same as, like, getting a new book. And then I picked up Nightwing, number 70, the second print. Since I could not get a first print, and I was really hoping I could, and my store got shorted on those. I think I got a cover B, but I really wanted a cover A. I actually wanted two copies, but I didn't get it. But one thing I did get, not last week, but the week before, that I was very happy to pick up. This is Camelot 3000. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this series. It's just a really cool series. It came out back in the 80s. Brian Bolland did the artwork for it, and it's absolutely beautiful. In fact, if you're a fan of like Killing Joke and some of Brian Boland's other work from that era, this stuff is awesome. It's really, really good. It's a big, thick book. I think it's a 12-issue miniseries, and this collection that they did is very nice. They did a really good job on it. Does a really good job reprinting the artwork and original colors, but it's interesting, seeing this on something other than newsprint because the colors transfer really, really well. Now, if you guys are a fan like me, if you're like me, and in many ways I hope you're not, if you're a fan of Camelot 3000, like I am, then if you have the miniseries or if you pick up the trade, you may also want to look for this book. Now, this is going to be kind of a hard book to find, but this is DC Universe Legacies number 7. And the reason I don't have it bagged and boarded is because I want to actually show you guys a little something inside. Now, the main story in here is about the death of Superman and Batman versus Bane. It's kind of like recounting what happened with them. But in the back, there is all these DC legacies. They would have like a backup story. Well, the backup story, it has to do with the Atom, and it's illustrated by Brian Bolland. And look at what it crosses over with, ladies and gentlemen. Camelot 3000. So you've got all the characters in there, and the Atom is interacting with them, and there's I don't want to spoil it, but there's some really cool stuff that kind of happens as that story goes on. And then, as if that wasn't enough, this also, and that one of the reasons that this book is really a must-have, in fact, I'm going to go ahead and say this is kind of a spec book. Not only does it recount the death of Superman, not only does it recount Batman versus Bane, not only does it have the Atom interacting with Camelot 3000, illustrated by Brian Bolland with phenomenal artwork, it also has a preview in the back of Detective Comics number 871. You guys know what that issue is? That issue was the first Scott Snyder issue. So technically, I guess you could say that this is the first Scott Snyder and Jock Batman. Like, it predates that Detective Comics number 871. That's kind of cool. Like, that was sort of like an extra special little bonus. Now, I knew about the Camelot 3000. I'm sorry about the glare, guys. I knew about the Camelot 3000 angle, but I didn't realize that Detective 871 was in the back of that. So that is DC Universe Legacies number 7. If you can find a copy, and it's got a very black, heavy black cover, so it's kind of hard to find in good shape. But that may be a good book to have if you don't already have it, or if you're a fan of either one of those things that I just showed you. Okay, so since there's no new comics to pick up, I basically went through and I was kind of making a list of some of the stuff I wanted to fill in, like gaps that I didn't have in my collection. So I picked up some back issues, and some of the stores I've been going to, they will let you go in Most of them are scheduling appointments now, which is cool. I actually kind of like that. But you can go in and you can shop for like set times and whatnot. So I've been picking up some books that I was missing for one reason or another. Most of these are DC Rebirth, but this is Green Arrow number 10. This is the first appearance of Eddie Fires. Nothing too earth-shattering about it, but it is a first appearance. I got 2 of those. I got one from Titan Comics and one from Zeus Comics. Anyway, I'm going back and picking up some of these first appearances in Rebirth because I didn't have them. I was kind of surprised, even though I've been picking up. I picked up a lot of DC Rebirth, but some of these I just missed. So this is Green Lanterns number 10, first appearance of the Phantom Lantern. And there's 2 covers to this. There's this cover, and I believe this is cover B. First appearance of the Phantom Lantern, Green Lanterns number 10. Didn't have it. Okay, so this is a highly debated subject. The Flash, a lot of people say that the Flash number 1 from DC Rebirth is the first appearance of Godspeed. It's a cameo. The first full appearance of Godspeed, arguably, is Flash number 3, which is this book right here. This is cover A, and this is cover B. And as you guys may know, Godspeed has been popping up on the Flash TV series. I think I picked this up for... This is Flash number 4. I think maybe he's also in this one, but I can't remember why I picked that up. And then I picked up Flash number 6, which also has been argued as the first full appearance of Godspeed. Some people still will argue that Flash number 6 is the first full appearance of Godspeed. And he is, I believe, I think that's the first full cover appearance, but I still think the first full appearance is number 3. This is Flash number 30, first appearance of Bloodwork. This big, ugly-looking guy here. And there's something interesting that happens in the issues surrounding this one. Flash goes into, like, negative Flash. There's some interesting stuff with that, too. I know a lot of people already have this. Oddly enough, I don't think I had it. At least I'm pretty sure I didn't have it. Batgirl number 6, first appearance of Ethan Cobblepot. That is Oswald Cobblepot's son, the Penguin. Batman number 38. This went into second printing. It's the origin of Matthew Warner, aka Bruce Wayne. Just a really cool story if you guys haven't picked that issue up. I had one of these, but I wanted to get an extra one, and the price was right. It was like $3. So, Cyborg number 6. This is the first appearance of Variant. That's Variant right there. And that's cover A. There is a cover B. I like this cover a lot more than cover B. This is a really nice cover. And I don't think Cyborg is a very highly printed book. This is Cyborg number 22. First appearance of Mechan X. Or do you say that Mechanics? MEKKAN-X. So would that be Mechanics or Mechan X? I'm going to say Mechan X. That's how I read it when I look at it. Is that picking up okay? That's cover A. And then this is the really beautiful cover B. Same issue. I think I have one of these, but I wanted to get another one. And man, you couldn't beat the price on this. This is a first printing of Justice League Dark number 1. There's a couple of Justice League Dark number 1s. This is the one you want. This one's selling for like $25-$30 because everybody's specking on it because there's supposedly, what is it, a movie or TV show coming up. I didn't have this because it sold out when it came out, and I could not find a copy anywhere, so I was very happy to get it. This is Old Lady Harley number 5, first appearance of the Geriatric Joker. And this is a first printing, and I didn't have it, so I was very happy to get it. This is a book that has been picking up some heat lately. This is the Scotty Young variant cover to Tukey number 4. It's a Jeff Smith book, cartoon books, and Scotty Young collectors have been trying to track down all Scotty's covers. This is a very hard one to get. It's especially hard to get in good shape. This one is pretty much perfect. And the price was unbelievably cheap. I couldn't believe how much I got that for. And then Wretches number 1. This is another book that people are specking on because I believe they announced it's been optioned. And probably not a very high print run on this. So that's Wretches number 1. And I didn't have it. So I was glad I got it because I believe this is going to be a hard book to track down very, very quickly. Okay, last but not least, before I wrap this up, you've heard the expression "set it and forget it." What is it that, like, as seen on TV? That I always forget what the product is, but it's, you know, they set it and forget it. They always say that. Well, I'm going to come up with a new segment here on Mark's Comic Hall, y'all, called "Bought It and Forgot It." It kind of rhymes if you say it the right way. It's like bought it and forgot it. Sort of rhymes. Anyway, I'm always going through bargain boxes. I'm always hunting for comics, and I buy a lot of stuff, and sometimes I buy stuff and I don't even really think about what it is I'm buying. I just buy it because it looks cool, or because I like the title, or I like the artist, or whatever. And I bought this book years ago, and I didn't realize at the time what I had gotten my hands on. And I was going through some books and organizing some stuff recently, and I came across this, and I kind of had to do a double take because I couldn't believe I had it. Anyway, does anybody know what this is? Anybody know what this is? This is Sandman number 75, the last issue of the first Sandman series. But what's important, see that right there? Second printing. It's like a $125 book. It's really, really hard to find. It's not even listed in Overstreet. It is very, very hard to find. And it's a book that I'm pretty sure I bought from a bargain box. Now, the only thing that's wrong with it is there is one little ding right there. You can almost barely see it, but it's right there. It's a little ding. So if I graded it, it would probably be like a 9.4, 9.6. But other than that, it's perfect. And the other thing you want to look for, if you can find this book, is there is a poster that is actually stapled in the inside of the book. And obviously a lot of people, they take those posters out. So not only do you want to look for the second print, but you also want to look for whether or not the poster is still intact in the book. And this one does have the poster in it. So anyway, that's my bought it and forgot it for this week. I'm going to maybe start doing that as like a regular segment on Mark's Comic Hall, y'all. Anyway, that's all I got. If you guys like this content and you like my channel, please do me a favor and subscribe down below. I would really appreciate it. I'm trying to build up my subscriber base. And if you'd like to give this video a like, I would appreciate that as well. I hope everybody's staying safe. You know, it's such a weird time with all this COVID stuff, but we're going to get through it. And it's cool to see that comic shops are letting people come back in again. But be safe, be careful, wear your mask, don't run the risk of getting anybody else sick. You can always find me at bigfanboy.com. I also run Dallas Comic Show. Things are kind of up in the air as far as what we're going to do with that, but I'll keep you guys posted. This is Mark Walters. I do want to say one last thing. I am going to be involved in something called Comic Art Live. If you guys are familiar with comicartfans.com, they are going to be doing a online convention where you can purchase original art. You can get on sketch lists for some of the very popular artists. And I'm going to be directly involved in that. And that's going to be going on May 30th and 31st. So if you go to comicartfans.com, look for the little info box that says Comic Art Live, and you can find out more information about that. It's going to be going on Saturday and Sunday, May 30th and 31st. I'll be hosting some online panels, and I think we're going to do some auctions of some artwork and stuff like that. It's going to be really, really cool. So look for me, Mark Walters, at comicartfans.com with Comic Art Live, May 30th and 31st. But otherwise, you can find me right here on YouTube, or you can look for me at bigfanboy.com. And I'll see you guys on the next Mark's Comic Hall, y'all. Everybody stay safe and stay home if you can. Thanks. Take care.